How you doing, guys? This is Mark, Cars and Cameras, and this is a little unboxing of the new Mac Pro. This is the newest base model, lists for $2,995. And basically what I want to see is I want to see how much faster this base model Mac Pro is than running, one of the Mac Minis. So we're going to put this thing through its paces, and right now I'm going to open it up. Do a little unboxing here. There we go. Alright. Get the top here. Here we go. It's the inside. Alright. And there it is. The Mac Pro. So there it is. I just pulled it out of the box. It's got this protective covering on it, which I'll take off in a minute. And you see you got all your jacks here. You got your USB 3.0, and look at that. You got 6 Thunderbolt connections on there. And over here, it's hard to tell with the plastic wrap, but I see you got your Ethernet connections that look like another one. And then here you have your HDMI connection and HDMI Mini, it looks like. And then you got your power plug. It looks, I guess the power supply is internal on this one. I don't see any SD card slot on this one at all. Doesn't look like there's an SD card slot. And then at the bottom of the box, it looks like all we have is a power cord. That's it. Basically, that's it. There isn't any anything else in there. That's it. That's all you got. And it looks like here. Oh, I missed something. There is one more thing. It looks like you pull on this here, and you got the standard documentation, which you have, which is about every Apple product. Full speed ahead. And what else? Welcome to your new Mac Pro. You are about to begin a happy and productive relationship, so let's get started. Pick it up. The edge on the top is meant to be used as a handle. Oh, interesting. Set it up. This is no floor model. Go ahead and keep it right on your desk. That's what I'm going to do. Open it up. Just slide the enclosure release to the right and lift. Very interesting. And that's it? Or is there more? No. We have here on the other side, amp it up. You've got 4 channels of blazing fast memory. Upgrading is just as fast. Very interesting. Hook it up. Connect up to 36 Thunderbolt devices and just about anything else. Power it up. Can't wait to see what you do next. And then just have the important notes. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna got this out here. It's got that protective covering on it. I'm gonna go ahead and unzip it here. There it goes. Pull that off so we can take a look at those connectors. Get this off of here. That shiny finish. It almost feels like a ceramic, I don't know what the construction is on one of these things, but it almost feels very heavy. But I see like the ceramic, it's almost like a ceramic casing on it. And let's look at here on the bottom. Now here you got your, it just tells you what it is. Let me get that so we can see it. Mac Pro. You got there, designed by Apple in California. Oh, assembled in the USA. Well, that's interesting. So this is assembled in the USA, I'm sure, with foreign components. Okay, so I got this to set to the unlock position, and this should just go ahead and slide right off. And there it does. It slides right off. There you can see the RAM exposed on one side. Slots 1 and 2, each with 4 gigs of RAM. There's 1 and 2 there. And then over on this side, there should be 1 vacant. And there is. And there's another card. So it's a total of 12 gigs of RAM on this guy. And then over here, you can see the motherboard on one side of it. Looks like there. And then you can see another side of it there. And there you go. It's very, very, very nicely made. Very well made unit. And there, of course, that's what we saw before, the RAM slot. And very interesting. And then we're back to the back with the ports. So let's go ahead and let me fire this up with a 4K monitor and let's see what we got. You can see I'm hooked into display port. And it's kind of neat, this display on the back. I never saw anybody really speak of this. It's actually pretty interesting. You can see it. There we go. There we go. There's a better shot of it. So it's kind of neat how this lights up like it does. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and push the power button and see what we got. So as this thing fires up, there's a pretty heavy-duty fan kicking up here. It's pretty quiet, but you can feel it. You can feel the air kind of flowing out the top of this thing. Quite interesting, the design of it to keep it cool. But yeah, you can definitely, as it's firing up right now, when it first fired up, when I pressed the button, there was a lot of air just kicking out of here, but it's pretty silent. You can't really hear anything at all, but I guess it's the one way to keep it cool. And I guess this cylinder design, I'm not going to really go into that, but it's kind of part of the whole thing. This is the 3840 by 2160 setting. It's going to make everything look really tiny but very sharp. But that right there is the sharpest setting. And that should be the 1:1 setting for the monitor. So the setting that we have here is very similar to the highest resolution setting that we have on the Mac Mini. Now the difference here is with this is that the way it's laid out is a little bit different, but basically the results are the same. So I was picking this one, the scaling, this one here, this 3008 setting, and that one looked pretty good on the Mac Mini. Let's see how it looks on this one. Pick it. Okay, so there's that one there. Now there's that setting. That's that 3008 setting by, what is it, 1692. Now the one that it wants you to do by default is that setting there. Now what I'm curious about is if I pick any of these settings, if my video clip, I'm going to look at a frame grab and I just want to see if there's any more detail in any of those one settings. Okay, so here I am looking at the 3840 by 2160. And this is the 1:1 setting, and basically what I was comparing with the Mac Pro is this setting, and now I'm going to change it to the default setting. Now I gotta tell you, when I look at the images, I know you can't tell here because I'm filming the screen with a 4K camera. You're not going to be able to see it unless you were here looking at it with your own eyes, but looking at the screen, basically it looks very close. There's a little bit of a difference, I think, on the Mac Mini, but on this computer with this screen, it's very, very close. Now the difference here is I'm using the DisplayPort connection on this computer where I'm using the HDMI because I cannot get to 4K as we discussed earlier in my other video with the Mac Mini using the DisplayPort cable. I have to use the HDMI cable. So both these look pretty good. Now I'm going to move on to and see how Final Cut Pro behaves. So I'm testing a clip here with the Mac Pro, and what I'm doing is a test with, I turned on the stabilization, and it's a little 30-second clip, 31-second clip, and really, you know, I was expecting lightning speed out of this thing, but it takes a while, you know, like right now it's rendering, and let's take a look here. Let me click on the window. I'm curious what we're doing. And it's taking a while. It's not, you know, like instant or anything like that. And right now it's rendering. And quite frankly, you know, the Mini Mac, it was doing pretty good. I mean, side by side, this is a little bit faster, but you know, I was expecting this to like happen like just in a few seconds, but this is taking a while. So it's not, you know, okay, now it's done. You know, it finished, but I'll try another clip. I'm curious to test this out a little bit further, but I'm really, you know, I don't think in Final Cut Pro X is really supposed to be optimized for the Mac Pro. I mean, it's really supposed to work well, so, but I don't see this fantastic speed, you know, out of this thing. I mean, I know I have the base model, but, you know, this is a $3,000 computer. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, the video in the timeline, you know, the proxy video that you're looking at wasn't the greatest.
on the Mini Mac. So let's take a look and see what it looks like on this one. So there's full screen. Let's play it a little bit. Okay, let's see here. Come on. There it goes. Definitely the full screen playback on with the Mac Pro is a little bit nicer. But, you know, this is just, you know, your files that you're looking at. So this is really not, you know, any big deal. I mean, you know what your footage looks like. So, you know, your edited 4K files, you know that they're clean and beautiful. So, you know, the other one, it was a little, you know, not as sharp, and there was a little bit of artifacting, but, you know, it was fine in this small window. But, you know, playing it in the other window, in the full screen window, it worked fine. It wasn't stuttering or anything, but, you know, it's just a little bit better. You know, obviously the video card, you know, is better on the Mac Pro. But, you know, I gotta say, you know, that Mac Mini it's pretty nice, and it's working with you know, the new version of Final Cut X quite nicely. So it's something to think about.